Hey everybody, it's Eric from the MMG. Marvel Snap, my favorite mobile game. I'm sure it's one of your favorite mobile games. We're going to talk the Destruction deck. There's going to be different variations of this depending on the cards that you have unlocked, depending on your own playstyle too. Maybe you just want to go pure Destruction, maybe you want to do Destruction and discard, which is how I play mine. Let's cover what we got here. Nova starting you out. This is a 1 power. This is a 1 cost card that has 2 power. Its main benefit, though, is when it's destroyed, it gives your other cards +1 power. Next up, you have Blade. This one, on reveal, discards a card from your hand. That's going to play into the discard mechanics I'm going to talk about in a minute. Next up, you have Morbius. This also plays into the discards because every time you discard a card, it gets +2 power. It can get up to be a 2/6/2/8 by in-game if things are working out in your way. Next up, you have Carnage. This one is a key card in this deck. If you don't have Carnage, it's going to be really hard to play this version. On reveal, it destroys your other cards here and gives itself +2 power for each of them destroyed. Next up, you have Swarm. When this is discarded from your hand, add 2 copies that cost 0 to your hand. That's going to obviously play into the discard mechanics. Wolverine, got to have this card to make this deck work because it triggers off both the discard and the destruction versions. So whenever this is discarded or destroyed, you get to play it at a random location. Next up, you have Lady Sif. This is the in-game version of this. This is a key card because when you play this, you get to discard the highest cost card from your hand, which is going to be Apocalypse. We'll talk about that in a second. Next up, you have Sabretooth. When this is destroyed, you return it to your hand and it costs 0. You always have to remember you've already paid this 3. So the benefit of this is when you play your Carnage, it gets +2 off this, and then you get to reposition this into a different location if need be. Or put it back where it was, whatever. Next up, Deathlock. This is one of the destroy ones. This destroys your other cards of this location. Obviously, ideally, you want either Wolverine, Sabretooth, or Nova there for that to happen. Swordmaster, it's a discard a card from your hand. This is going to work into the Swarm and the Apocalypse cards mostly. Also Wolverine. And then it's going to give you the +2 for Morbius. Warpath, this is kind of you don't have to have this card by any means. I just like this because typically when I'm doing a destruction deck, I will have one location that I just don't have any cards. And so this, you get the bonus from this pretty easily, which gives it +4 power if you have an empty location. And the Big Daddy, the one that's going to help you win the game at the end. Hopefully you've discarded it at least once, maybe twice. So it'll be a 6/12 or a 6/16 at the end. And you can swarp in. That's not a word. You can just drop in and dominate a location at the end and win the game. Alright, that is my destruction deck. That's how I like to play it. I'm going to show you a game of it now. And hopefully things are going to work out right. And I'll show you how you can win and how to kind of play the destruction deck. Alright, so we just started this game, sorry. I'm on turn 3. I played Wolverine on turn 2. We are going to hope we discard Swarm here. Kind of risky at this point. See what happens. Hey, we got lucky, alright. That worked out well. Edge, okay, that's good, kinda. So I shouldn't have put Blade with Wolverine. I don't know what I was thinking there. It was kind of dumb. We really need to draw Apocalypse now, or we're not going to get it at all. Got it. Perfect. This is exactly what we wanted. So things are looking pretty good right now. So Now it's the, like, we're tied in the middle here. He retrieved. Well, we most likely had that one. There's a slight chance if he would have had, well, we would have won with a Sabretooth at a 0 cost, Apocalypse at a 0/12. Even a Hulk couldn't have beat it. And he did play a card the turn before, I think. So he couldn't have had that 20 power card. So we should have won that. I'm going to say there was like a 99% chance, roughly. But yeah, so that's pretty much ideally how you want the destruction deck to go right there. What I would have done probably was played Sabretooth probably here on this side. That would have gave me a 10 on this side. So this is very location based. So whoever's winning this location gets +3 power at the others. That's what kind of threw me off because we're tied. So neither one of us is getting that bonus. So it may have almost been worth it to play Sabretooth here. It probably would have. That would have been the best move to go, I think. Play Sabretooth here, win this location. That gives me +3 on both the side locations. Then all I would need to have done is play Apocalypse on probably over here on this side. So on this side, because I have 5 there, I have the most. I'm 1 ahead. What he could have done if he would have played something that had a 6 or greater power, so he had a 7, he could have stole that from me. But it shouldn't have mattered because anything that he would have had in his hand that would have cost that much would have let him maybe only play 1 more card on the side. It would have been a smaller card. And so I don't think I could have lost that one. So yeah, there you go. Destruction deck, not my favorite deck personally, but I know a lot of people run them. And when they work really, really well. Hopefully this video helped you. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe for more great content.